Good morning, everyone. Thank you for calling in today on our webinar on the Work Opportunity Tax Credit Program. My name is Megan Fournier. I am the Meeting and Education Coordinator for the Home Care Alliance, Massachusetts. Before we begin, I just wanted to go over a couple of housekeeping items, such as you will remain in mute only just for the sake of distractions. If you do have questions, you can type them in the questions tab in the sidebar that you have for the series. If you can write them throughout the whole thing, but we will address them at the end. So with that, this is being recorded as well, so if you have to leave early or you have technical difficulties or anything like that, it will be made available most likely later today after it's been processed. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Jed Cohen, who is today's speaker. And yeah, all right, Jed, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jed Cohen. I'm a certified public accountant, and I specialize in helping home health care agencies obtain the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. I'd like to give you a little bit of background on myself. I have a large certified public accounting firm, which I sold a while ago. And I started a new consulting company which focuses strictly on helping clients obtain the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. So I have a master's degree in education. I've taught a number of college accounting courses, and now I'm going to teach you how to get this fantastic credit where we do 99.5% of the work and you do the other 0.5%. Okay, so taking you over to slide 1, the Work Opportunity Tax Credit, an acronym is WOTC, W-O-T-C. This credit is for federal tax purposes and is available to employers who hire individuals from certain target groups who have consistently faced significant barriers to employment. Okay, so we want to talk about the agenda now, and we're going to cover what is WOTC, the maximum tax credits, the benefits, some examples, common tax forms and procedures, and questions. So you can see on the right of the screen, are you taking advantage of free tax dollars? The answer to that is no. The literature says that fewer than 10% of the home health care agencies in the state of Massachusetts take advantage of this program. It's a wonderful opportunity, and I'd like to explain it to you, and I'm sure that you don't like paying taxes. And as you can see, that in 2016, employers claimed over $1 billion with a B in tax savings under this program as determined by the United States Department of Labor. Okay. So your WOTC is as simple as 2 easy steps. When you hire a new employee, you have an onboarding package as required by the Department of Labor. And in that package, the employee fills out a W-4 and you have an I-9. And to that package, you will add a Form 8850. Okay. The employee will sign the form and you will send that form to me, email me on a weekly basis. One of the things that I've learned over the years is that some of the employees think that by signing this form, it will put their benefits at risk, and that is clearly not the case. The 8850 is a Department of Labor issue, and has nothing to do with any food stamps, welfare, disability, anything that the employee gets today. Okay, and we need to stress that if they have any questions. So looking at the next slide, where this is the sort of Bible, if you will, for the tax credits and the target groups. The three most common groups who qualify are short and long-term TAMP, which is welfare recipients, and SNAP, which is food stamp recipients. You can see that there are 2 hour limitations. If the employee works at least 120 hours, but less than $400, you get tax credits up to $1,500 for short-term welfare and food stamp recipients, and up to $2,400 if they work over 400 hours. The long-term welfare recipient is the real bonus, because you can get a tax credit up to $9,000 over 2 years, $4,000 in the first year and $5,000 in the second year. However, they have to work at least 400 hours. There is no 120-hour category. Then we have some other categories such as ex-felons and social SSI recipients. But as you'll see later, the predominance of the target groups are welfare and food stamps. Also, we have some tax credits for veterans, which are very large. The veteran who has been discontinued service from the armed forces and been unemployed for at least 6 months, that is the highest possible credit you can receive, which is $9,600. I've had one of those since I've been doing this. And then for this year, we have now a new category of unemployed people. And if they've been unemployed for at least 4 weeks, you get between a $1,500 and a $2,400 tax credit. And if they've been unemployed for at least 6 months, you can get a tax credit between $3,500 and $5,600. Let's talk about the WSY benefits and what my company, J. Cohen Consulting, Inc. does. Our mutual goal is to have 100% compliance with all new hires. So if you hire 10 people in a week, I'm going to get a new hire list from your payroll company, and I'm going to expect to get 10 Form 8850s. If I only get 6, I'm going to call the HR director and ask him or her, where are the other 4? So I gave you an example on the right side here of a company called Company A, and this company had a different consultant for 2013 than my company, and they got a $31,000 tax credit. In 2014, I took them over. It was the same company, but I got them on over a $57,000 tax credit, which was an increase of $25,000. Now, remember, this is a credit, not a deduction. So if you owe taxes of $30,000 and you get a $25,000 credit, you only owe $5,000. We offer comprehensive assistance every step of the way. We have no setup fees. We have no monthly maintenance fees, no hidden fees or costs. We charge you a commission of 25%, which we'll go over later. And this is 100% contingent So if I get you no credits, you owe me nothing. There's no fees unless we are both successful. And that's really important. So if you look at the next screen, it's the fee schedule and tax savings example. So let's just say that you get a tax credit of $60,000. 25% of that would go to me of $15,000. That fee is deductible by your company. So you would save $5,000 in taxes. So your net fees would be $10,000, and your total savings in income taxes and cash would be $50,000. Looking at the next screen, this is the certification that I receive from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And as you can see, the items in red are concealed because we are completely 100% confidential. Wouldn't want to show anybody your information. This is signed by Jackson Sprints, who I have a personal relationship with. He's fantastic. Massachusetts is the best state to apply for the WSY credit in the 50 United States. You get an answer within 24 to 48 hours. There are some states, believe it or not, that are still working on 2014, but Massachusetts is wonderful, and this is a fantastic opportunity. If we move along to the common forms and paperwork, this is the 8850 I've been talking about, which goes on the onboarding package the day the job applicant is hired. That's really important, okay? The boxes that you can see, the more common ones are box 2, which covers welfare and food stamps. And then if we look at the next slide, we can see the remaining boxes, and box 6 is the other very common one, again, for welfare. Box 7 is something that's brand new, and this is for people who've been in a period of unemployment that is at least 27 consecutive weeks. So this is a brand new category which the state is not 100% ready for yet, but nonetheless we can submit these and they'll kind of go on hold, if you will. Okay. The next form is a power of attorney. So people get a little anxious sometimes with this form. I want to explain to you that this form gives us the power to only communicate with the Massachusetts WSY Commission. We have no other rights for anything. We have no other powers. If you look at the next page and you see the description of the matter and the tax form number and the years, the tax form number is gonna say 8850, and the years are gonna say 2017 through 2019, because WSY has been continued through 2019 and hopefully will be continued further. So I want to make certain that you're comfortable with this power. The next page is Declaration of Representative, where I give you an example, and I have a designation on the bottom left-hand corner, B as in boy, which means I'm a certified public accountant, and my license number is 7456. So that's what happens with this. Now let's move along. The next form is this 5884, and that's what I give to your accountant. So he or she gets this form that's all filled out, and it tells him or her how much the credit is and how we obtained it. I also give your accountant copies of all of the certifications for the employees that qualify, as well as a spreadsheet listing the names, dates of hire, hours worked, payroll, and the category that was qualified for this particular employee. And if your accountant has any questions, you know they can certainly call me, one CPA to another. The WSY contract is on the next page. I've had it prepared by my attorney, and I have many clients in the home health care and other fields, and they've all had it reviewed by their attorneys, and I've had no feedback where anything needs to be changed. But if you feel as though, or your lawyer feels as though there's something that you would like to change, I can run it by my lawyer and we can certainly work on it. The next page is simply the continuation of this contract. Then if we move along, we have what's called a WSY Authorization Form, and this would be for your payroll company. So I could talk with them and I could get permission to get your new hire report and track your payroll, and that is something that obviously we need to do. So a couple of the things, I'm really excited to speak with you today because I think this is a fantastic opportunity. It's not taken advantage of by many of you and your companies. It's been extended through 2019. It was something that was called an extender, and it was renewed every year, which made it very difficult. But, you know, this is a really wonderful opportunity. I'm very mobile. I'd be glad to come to your office and meet with you personally. Again, there are no fees whatsoever for any of that unless we are successful. So, you know, I'd like to see if we can answer any of your questions now. Also, you can call me personally. My cell number is 508-951-6503. I'd love to meet with you and show you how easy this is for you to do. A lot more difficult for me, and I'm taking all the risk. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them now, or like I say, we can talk at another time. Okay?
Thank you, Jed. So does anyone have any questions at this time? I'm sure that anything that you have would be helpful to everyone else that's on the call as well. A reminder, you can type it into, there's a questions drop down that you can type into, and we'll answer them. And in the meantime, if anyone is typing one in, this was recorded, and as Jed mentioned, you know, you can contact him anytime with questions, or you can contact myself and I can put you in touch with him as well. So again, does anyone have any questions? Oh, okay. Again, if you do have questions, just type it in. Okay, well, it looks like We're all set, so thank you, Jed. And again, if you have questions, you can contact him anytime or myself if you need his information. So I thank you all for calling in today, and I hope you have, we actually have a quick question, Jed. Does this apply to nonprofits or for-profits only?
Oh, that's a very good question. It does apply to nonprofits, but only for hiring veterans. Now, what happens with a nonprofit is obviously they don't pay taxes. So let's say the veteran qualifies for a $2,400 tax credit. What the nonprofit does is the nonprofit does not pay their portion of Social Security, 7.65%, up to their savings of $2,400. But again, it only is for veterans in the nonprofit area.
Great. Any other questions? Great. So thank you again, Jed, for doing this webinar for us, and thank you all for calling in. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you on another webinar sometime soon. Thank you.